Jack, just stay out of the shot. And we welcome you to the Bear Den for a special senior night. Me and Jackson won't be joining you quite yet, but we'll throw it down the field for this senior night celebration.
Trying best to kind of make 2 rows, just because I don't think we're going to fit everybody, so maybe we could get like the baseball players to scoot up just a little bit, like over the line, and the parents kind of crowd behind us, and then we'll squeeze in a bit. We'll see how this works. Just squeeze in. Act out you love each other. Okay, we're almost there. But their boys are bigger than them. I know, you have to do windows.
Windows, get tighter,
Or that works. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Oh, then. Move it. Slow it a little bit.
Almost. In, scoot in as much as you can.
Josh.
Right knees down.
Slower.
Keep going.
Babe Sam. Babe Sam.
Okay, that works. Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Put your
Perfect. Awesome.
Attaboy, Pack. You guys are so hey. baseball and bat. Says I am the greatest player of them all. Puts his bat on his shoulder, tosses up the ball. Ball goes up, ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. Now the little boy doesn't say a word, picks up his ball, he is undeterred. Says I am the greatest there has ever been. He grits his teeth and he tries it again. The ball goes up, the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. He makes no excuses, he shows no fear. He just closes his eyes and listens to the cheer. Little boy just picks up his ball,
We welcome you into the Bear Den for a special game because, Jackson, this one's senior night. Tate Fitzpatrick, Jackson McDonald on the call today. What are you looking forward to in this one?
I'm looking forward to great late season baseball. Playoffs just around the corner. Last game of the season for the Wolverines and the second to last for the Bears.
And you were talking to me a little bit before this game about how hot it is. They just rewatered the field 5 minutes before the game, so I know I'm going to be sweating a lot. Can't even imagine for these players.
Yeah, it gets to the point where you're wondering, maybe baseball should be played with shorts, except the White Sox tried that out like 60 years ago about now. Did not work out too well.
Yeah, it did not work out the greatest. You know, baseball's never been my favorite sport, but nonetheless, I'm excited for this one. It's Wolverines versus the Bears, and we hear some of the hype-up music right now as the Bears are getting called out. We'll be back right after this.
Leading off, playing left field, Captain Caveman Clayton Cooper. Hitting second, playing center field, Ethan Clark. Hitting third, playing second base, Tyson Mickey. Hitting fourth, playing third base, Zach Bowles. Hitting fifth, a designated hitter, Damian Gomez. Hitting sixth, playing shortstop, Mason
And we are ready for this opening inning to get started. Jackson, can you list off Tolson's batting order?
Yeah, so we're starting off with Zaraga, who is up to the plate right now. Following him will be Eduardo Molina and Jose Corrales, Oscar Molina, Isaac Solana, Xavier Martinez, Luis Estil, David Canales, Diego Velasquez, and Alex Benson.
Some heavy hitters in that lineup. Alex Benson at the end of it, friends with fellow Bash Bear Network member Maddie Smith, as that first one is a strike right down the middle. At the mound today for the Bears is number 10, Ryan Breesaw. Second pitch, swing and a miss. That's 2 strikes early for these Bears.
And some pretty big news about Breesaw, recently committed to Loyola Marymount.
This third one's hit right to the shortstop, but it's going to be close, out for the Bears. Barely able to get that over to his first baseman was Mason Cantu. First out of the day.
A great one too, not too typical. You see the little ball taking the bounce of the first baseman, but great play there from Cantu.
Second batter up. That one's a little bit low. First one that hasn't been streaked down the middle for Breesaw. Molina is at the plate right now. Second hitter in this batting order. And this one's a strike. Breesaw throwing some heat to start this one.
Sure is. Great pitch placement and a lot of strikes early from him.
This one, foul ball, went right back towards the third baseman, Dylan Clements.
And Tate, a little bit of a noticeable thing from the Bears tonight. All senior lineup except for the center fielder, Ethan Clark.
And the third strike right there. Speaking of seniors, Breesaw starting off hot. He's probably the leader of this senior class. We already said he signed earlier this week, actually. We got to cover some of signing day. But, I mean, 2 quick outs for the Bears as no Corrales steps up to the plate. A little bit outside on that one. So 1-0 count. Gets a hold of this one, but it's a pop fly into left field. And that one's caught. 3 easy outs. Cantu on the catch there. The Bears showing some, skill early.
Great 1-2-3 inning from them. Fantastic start. And a great fielding play, able to avoid one of your favorite baseball incidents, I know, the Bermuda Triangle.
I talked about it at the softball game with Maddie we did earlier this week. But, you can't fall for that Bermuda Triangle. You got 3 of the same players, and none of them go for the ball. Communication is key in these situations, and that was a good job communicating there. It looked like Clayton Cooper might have gotten in Cantu's way for a second there, but Cantu, being that shortstop and controlling the field, called him off, made the catch, easy out, 3 for the Bears, and still tied up 0-0 as we head into the top of the first.
And you mentioned Clayton Cooper in the way. He'll be first up to the plate, batting leadoff for the Bears, and at the mound for the Wolverines is Isaac Solano.
And this isn't the only big thing happening. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. But the NFL Draft Day 2 is tonight. So I'm sure as picks get in, it's not for a little whiles down a little bit. But later in this game, me and Jackson, I'm sure, will start updating you on the picks that are happening. Me being a Bills fan, a little bit upset about trading out of the first round. I always love to see someone get picked in that first, but I know Broncos didn't have anyone either.
Yeah, I'm happy we have Jalen Waddle now, and happy to be watching such a great game right now here at the Bear Done Close to playoffs.
And first one up to bat is Clayton Cooper for the Bears, left fielder.
And this is his second senior night of the year. You know, he had one earlier for football. State champion 2 times in his career. Basha for the football team as the punter.
They always sleep on the punters, but I don't think you can. I mean, the Bears losing Clayton Cooper next year on football is not going to be good for them. Same here with baseball. That one's a strike. Nice framing from the catcher.
Framing always important. One of the best qualities. That one can't fool the ump, but Lizarraga has been great so far.
Cooper, that one a little bit inside, and never mind, strike. Looked like he kind of stepped away from that one. 1-2 count as the Wolverines look to do the same thing to the Bears that just happened to them in the bottom of the first. He gets a hold of this one right towards the shortstop, and it's an easy out. First one of the day for the Wolverines. Making the play at shortstop was number 1, Corrales, and finding his first baseman, Walani.
And now up to bat is the lone non-senior tonight in the lineup, Ethan Clark. He's the fastest player out here, no doubt about it.
I mean, he's hitting second for a reason. And that one right down the middle. Surprised he didn't swing at it. One out, 0-1 count. This one below the strike zone. Third strike just over the shortstop, and he gets a single.
That dropped in there beautifully for Clark. Just perfect chance to get a single there for him. It was fantastic.
It really was. As now we see stepping up to the plate is Tyson. He's a senior for this Bears team.
And it's the first of the Mickey brothers in this game. Battle of the brothers, two brothers being twins on the Bears. And then the Molina brothers on the Wolverines for Tolleson.
Seems like we've got a lot of those this year, especially in basketball. This one's foul ball. 1 strike, no balls on this at bat. We've got 1 out in the inning, and of course we just saw Clark is on first base. And trying to get Clark safe though. Last time we were up here, we saw that happen a lot where they tried to, get him out at first base. Didn't end up working out. The second one is right by the first baseman. Clark gets the second, and advancing his way to third is Tyson.
And that just showed baseball, game of inches. That was nearly a great play from the first baseman. But once again, just gets through there for the Bears and another single.
And pitcher Isaac Salono, he's started off a little slow. First at bat, there was the out ground ball by Clayton Cooper. And the next 2, though, the Bears have gotten hits off of them. And man on first and second. This one is way outside. Catcher had to get out of the stance for that one. This one's in the dirt. 2-0 count.
Two straight balls from Solano. Not a great sign, but it's also the first inning. You can never tell this early, but with a power hitter and two people on base, scary situation for the Wolverines.
It sure is. As this one splits the shortstop and third baseman, and running home is Clark. Rounds the bases. First run of the night for the Bears as they take an early 1-0 lead. Some celebration in that dugout over there. And Jackson, that's exactly what you want if you're Basha. There's only one out this inning, and you've already got a point. You've already got a run on the board. You still have batters on first and second, runners I should say. Now coming up is your fifth in the batting order. Gomez. Really windy up here. We're having papers fly everywhere. My hat just flew off. Good thing we had some people here to catch it.
That person being me, and there's also another thing I want to catch, which is a foul ball. I've been waiting for it all year in the 5 baseball games I've done, and I feel like tonight is the night.
We'll see. I mean, with this net, it really gets a little difficult for a ball to get over and fly perfectly here. We got a roof over us. So, I mean, I am hoping for one as well, but, I mean, not sure if it's going to happen. And if it did come to us, I don't know if you'd catch it. I've seen you try and catch shirts before at least. So that one's a strike.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's best we just forget about that one moment from the Suns game. You say both my hands. I don't know about that, but
it was both the hands, Jackson. We all saw it. This one's a pop fly. I should say foul ball, excuse me. That one's way over the net.
a little bit of an interesting one, too. Gomez took the step forward, and for a second it didn't look like he was going to make contact there, but he was able to.
2 strikes in this at-bat. Solano putting the heat, some heat behind that ball, excuse me. This one's a little wide. One out in this one. 2 runners on base. It's 2-2 count. And hitting it right towards the third baseman. Foul ball. More stuff falling for us here in the booth. Solano looking to finally close out this at-bat. Still 1-1 1-0 Basha. Way outside. And now it's a full count.
And we've seen multiple pitches thrown by Solano in this bottom of the first in the dirt. It's definitely a bit of a rusty start for him.
And Gomez hammers this one into left field. It will be a foul ball, though. That could have been bad for the Wolverines.
Just feet away from being fair, and at least a double, maybe even a triple for Gomez.
And we are approaching the end of this season. We got to talk about it a little bit. The Bears coming to this one 6-10, but they're 18th in 6A, which means that as of right now, you're securely locked in that play-in spot. They will play the 15 seed, who right now is Kofa, as getting hit by a pitch is Cantu. Made some great plays on defense, and then Not Cantu, Gomez.
And Tate, bases are loaded.
And now it's Cantu who comes up. Caused 2 outs in the bottom of the first, top of the first. Bottom right now, see if he can get a grand slam here. We saw a couple of home runs in the softball game earlier this week.
By a couple, you mean 6. It was insane.
This one's a strike. Solano throwing some heat. This one low and outside. Solano's been a very on and off pitcher so far in this game. We've seen him throw some really good strikes, but also a lot of very bad balls. There doesn't seem to be many pitches he's barely missing. It's either really good or really bad.
And he's just trying to put them in the bottom of the zone. We see either in the dirt like that one or at the bottom of the zone where the Bears aren't able to hit it at, but definitely interesting from this first inning.
It has been, and trying to pitch there is one of the reasons why they have bases loaded in this first. Cantu hits this one straight to the shortstop. 1 out, 2 out. It's a double play for the Wolverines, and they take it into their dugout. Only letting 1 run in there is huge for Tolleson.
And a nice escape from that inning from Solano, able to get the double play and prevented just 1 run for the Bears, and such a dangerous situation early in this one.
And now we'll talk a little about playoffs. Bears sit at 18th in the Open. We just said they play Kofa if everything stays the same. Of course, 1 game after this for them. And as for the Wolverines, they're currently at 28th. You need to be at least that 24 position in order to eke in to the 6A playoffs. So they need a win here tonight, and they need it bad.
They sure do. This win definitely could boost them up to that 24 spot. And the Wolverines have been hot. They're on a 5-game win streak. Started off the year at 2-7, I believe. And it's always obviously not the way you want to start off the year. But just being able to play great late in the year, and now with a shot at securing a play-in spot, they've found their way to pick it up.
Inning number 2 is officially underway. Stepping up to the plate right now is number 6, Molina. It'll be Oscar Molina. His brother batted earlier and got out. The first inning, as that one's a strike. Basha has been on fire to start this game.
Sure has been throwing a lot of heat. And a spectacular first inning, a 1-2-3-1 to be exact. And this just shows you why he was able to make the jump from originally committing with a JUCO at the start of the year to signing with a D1 school on Wednesday.
And this one's a swing and a miss. It's a 2-1 count. His pitching is not slowing down in this one. You obviously just said it, 3 straight outs in a row for the Bears. A lot because of the pitching of Basha. As this one gets hit into center field, finds a sweet spot right in between 3 Bears, and the first runner on base for Tolleson, if I'm not mistaken, number 6, Oscar Molina, excuse me.
And you could tell that the Wolverines are adjusting to the pitch speed of Brisson on that one. Saw it hit towards the bottom of the barrel, which means they're swinging a lot earlier. After their strikes were swinging too late. And fortunately for him, that one got over the second baseman and dropped in for a base hit.
Number 12, Solano, pitcher on the other side, up now. And fake bunt, that's a strike though. Solano versus Brisa, battle of the pitchers. This one gets hit right to the shortstop, and it's dropped. Still going to be one out for the Bears as Molina, stopped running when he thought it was a catch.
Yes. Mason Cantu fooled everyone. He fooled us, thought it was a catch, and fooled the runner on first. So definitely an interesting sequence, but same outcome regardless if he caught it or not.
Seems like he kind of fooled himself as well. I don't know. Brisa waiting for Martinez to step into the batter's box. Getting ready to hit is Lewis Estill, number 7 in the batting order. This one's hit right to the shortstop. Cantu's having a very interesting game so far. He's gotten 3 outs by himself, but that one he's not able to reel in, allow another base hit.
Though, for the Bears now, there's force outs everywhere but home. So a great chance to turn a double play and escape this one.
It's exactly what Tolleson did to get out of that first inning. Bases loaded, got double play. This one's a swing and a miss. Estill is a designated hitter for center fielder David Canales on the Wolverines. Brisa's pitch is a little high. Had some curve on that one, though.
Looks like that one dropped into me.
It was very close. I wish we had a strike zone over here.
Oh, maybe that's one of the big improvements we're trying to make for next year's broadcast.
And this one was flying right at me. My whole life flashed before my eyes. Thank goodness for that net. What you were saying earlier about catching a ball, I disagree with that statement now.
I wish the net wasn't there.
Okay,
I would have caught that.
Okay, sure you would have. Sure you would have.
Would have recreated the little meme, like, and be like, Tate, you all right?
Okay. Make sure you catch this one this time. Can't have another shirt incident. That one's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Brisa. Estill heading back into the dugout, and stepping out is Velasquez. Diego Velasquez. This one's high.
A lot of speed on that one, though.
A lot of speed. He's trying to get a couple fastballs in. Here it looks like. Got a shot there of Benson warming up. This one's hit in between right and center field, and it's caught. Third out of the inning. No runs let in for the Bears there either. Top of the second is over. 2 runners allowed on base, but no runs allowed. We'll be back from the bottom of the second. And stepping up to the plate for the Bears is number 20, Alex Garrido.
So it's the second non-senior of the night. It's the freshman, lone freshman on varsity.
I mean, any freshman playing on a varsity sport, you know, they got to have some sort of talent. This one's a strike. 0-1 count. Bottom of the second. This one's high and wide. Trying to get a hold of this one. Flies over into the practice football field. Be a 1-2 count for Garrido. Good eye on that one. 2-2 all square. Third one, a little bit outside. This will be a full count.
And you see Lizarraga talking to the ump, asking maybe where he likes them, where his zone is. You see him scooting a bit more. A little frustrated on that one, though.
Yeah, and that's a walk. They had Garrido. Garrido count was 1-2, and then they walked him. Now up to the plate is Dylan Clements. Solano looking to try and have a better at-bat this time? Is that what you call it for a pitcher, at-bat still?
Oh, well, some balloons now.
Oh, some balloons on the... If only we could get some shots on those balloons. Would love to see them. We got a green one and a gold one flying away.
Oh, the green ones. Oh!
And this one's an error, trying to get Garrido out, but instead he's able to steal second on his way to third. And he takes it. It's a double steal.
And not what you want if you're a Wolverine. You go for the pickoff and throw it right over his head, and he steals two off of that. That's huge. You know, no outs and a runner on third now.
And this one's hit right down the middle, almost hit Solano. As rounding the bases and continuing to run is Clements. It's a double for him. The Bears hitting and hitting hard in this inning.
And Clements hitting a golf swing too. Saw that nice little double celly. And that's what he did. He chipped it right into center field. And I'm surprised he got two off of that, but just shows you the speed of him and why he's going to play at Phoenix College.
Now runner at second, no outs, and the Bears are up 2-0. Sawyer Palevsky, excuse me, up to bat right now. Looked like he got hit there, but not taking a walk.
Might have been an odd case where it hits just above his hands, and it's a little bit of the bat, but Tolleson worried about a bunt here. You see the first baseman crouching up.
And he pulls that bunt back, but it's a strike. 1-1 count. Solano already ready for this pitch, speeding up his tempo. That's an out. Our count was a little bit wrong. It was 3 strikes. That first one was called a strike. Hit the
Foul ball.
bat, foul ball.
But
So first out of the inning.
And the Bears able to cycle through their batting order already in the bottom of the second. It's Clayton Cooper now back up to the plate.
We saw him get on base last time. And this one is above. Solano inside this time for Cooper. Only one out, 2 balls at this at bat. And Cooper gets a hold of this one, pops it up into left field. Gets the single and advances Clements to third base.
And 2-0 runners on the corners is a great look early into the bottom of the second for the Bears. And Tate, Bills just picked TJ Parker, the edge out of Clemson. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, that's an interesting one. I personally thought we were going to go wide receiver, but defensive line also needs to get bulked up. For you Cardinals fans, Chase Bosnista, weird name.
Yeah, I thought the Bills were gonna go Denzel Boston, teammate of Basha alum Demond Williams. No, Demond, maybe I would say he is responsible for Boston even being a look in the first 2 days of the draft. I thought he was maybe gonna go in the first round, but always those little slides into day 2.
As more papers fly, we just lost our rosters for Tolleson. Some kind fans picking it up for us. It's windy and it's hot outside here today. Something we haven't seen all year for baseball, and I was enjoying that until, of course, today had to come.
You know, and this time we don't need a weatherman because it's all clear. But without someone to tell us the weather, it also means someone can't lie to us. And yes, Gabe, I'm talking about you. Said it was going to rain, but definitely didn't versus Castile.
It was an incorrect forecast. It said it fizzled out. I'm not so sure, as that one looked to be a little outside, but great framing, and it was a strike. This one's a ball. 1-1 count. Only 1 out in the inning still.
Clark back up. We saw his single earlier in the first run to score.
That one's a foul ball. 1-2 count for him. We know he can use some of that speed. We saw it earlier this game. And he's just hoping to keep on getting on base. Center fielder for the Bears.
Solano worried about potential steal there from the Bears.
It's Cooper at first right now. And this one's hit right towards second base. 1 out. Second one flies over towards the dugout, and continuing to run is Clark. So that's a double. 2 errors by the Wolverines in this inning.
And the second time that they've thrown it over the head of the first baseman, Oscar Molina. And that let Clark get to second. And having such a fast player in scoring position, it's a fantastic look, up 3-0 for Basha.
And now looking to bat Clark home is number 7 for the Bears, Tyson Mikey. And Mickey's hit is deep into right field, sunning his eyes. It's a catch, though. 3rd out of this inning. That one brought in by number 9, Alex Benson.
And a great catch there from Benson. Always tricky in that right field, looking in the direction of the sun. And I would know from experience, I played right field one game in my youth baseball career. I don't know why my coach thought it would be a great idea to move the smallest kid on the team from his home at second base to the outfield. Ball came right into the pocket of my glove and I just dropped it. It's yeah.
Reminds me of another incident that happened a little bit earlier. The shirt, we have to keep on bringing this up.
I think it's just,
We could have had a Sun shirt, Jackson. I'm never going to forgive you for it.
I mean, at least another great athlete with better hands than me, which is Jake Fitzpatrick, got one, and he was sporting it after that game, and he's got a game of his own later tonight, and I'm sure he'll show off his great hands there.
Yeah, I wish I could be watching it right now. That would be a fun one to commentate, I guess, but under the lights flag football with Tate's little brother, 7 years old, that would be a very interesting one. Alex Benson, the right fielder that just got the third out of the second inning, is out to bat now. This one's right down the middle.
A lot of heat on that one.
Wasting no time. Brisaw's second pitch is outside. Pitch number 3, a hit right to the second baseman in the first out for the Bears. Had to reach a little bit to get that one. It was a weird hit.
Sure was. Second time we've seen those Tolleson Wolverines step forward to make contact with one of Brisaw's pitches. They're still just trying to get used to the amount of speed that he is putting behind them.
One out in this inning. Brisaw's pitch is a ball dropped by the catcher. Pilevsky sporting the gear today. Second pitch also low. 2-0 count. And this one's hitting the right field. A lot of action over there today. He's going to go for 2. And he gets there. It's a safe. He's the first in their batting order for a reason. Yadi Lizarraga with the double.
And can we take a moment to appreciate the throw from Trent Mickey, nearly being able to tag him out?
It was a pretty good throw. I thought he was going to go for the cutoff, but he didn't. As Lizarraga gets switched out, switching the runner there. Brisaw's pitch is hit into that right field again. And Lizarraga looked like he wanted to round third base, decided not to. Special guest in the booth for those watching. Senior Rules Analyst Keith Zaborski just joined us up here. Wish we could get him a headset.
You're all good, guys. Good to see you here today.
Runners on second and third. Top of this third inning. At bat right now is number 1, Jose Corrales. Breesaw checking first base. And this one's back to right field. That's 3 in a row. First batter in for the Wolverines. That's number 4, Anthony Orozco.
And the first run was scored there from Tolleson. You see, great shot there in the dugout. But the interesting thing is how big the switch up is between the Wolverines swinging early versus swinging late. We always see the righty hitters in an opposite field, but then all the lefties are pulling it.
Trent Mikey, right fielder for the Bears, has seen a lot of action in this third inning. 3 hits in a row have been right at him. He had the great throw to second that didn't result in the out, and then the 2 singles.
But hitting the infield here does set up a great chance for the Bears to turn a double play.
This one's outside. Breesaw looks to be getting a little bit tired as this third inning drags along. 1 out. And Breesaw's pitch right down the middle. That's a strike. 2-1 count. And Jackson, you were just talking about how someone's preparing in the dugout over there for the Bears.
Looks like a couple people, 2 people throwing and a catcher back there. And we'll get you who's warming up for the Bears as soon as we can find out.
That one outside. Framing tried to save it by Polevsky. Couldn't do so. 3-1 count. And this one's the 4th ball. That's a walk. Bases are loaded for Tolleson.
And we saw bases loaded in the first inning for the Bears. And it's always an interesting situation with 1 out. Force outs everywhere, including home. So great chances to turn double plays and escape the inning. But the first mound meeting of the day is called by Basha.
And we have seen some people warming up. Breesaw's pitched great, but this third inning he slowed down a little bit. I would keep him out there if I'm Basha, but he sure is getting a little tired. And Breesaw loading up after this mound meeting. Into the dirt, but a strike. That one was just dropped by Polevsky. Second one he's dropped this inning.
Like, he was going for the check swing there. Committed a little too much.
It's Solano at bat right now. Pitcher versus pitcher. Bases are loaded, so this is a big at bat. That one's a strike. 2 in a row. 0-2 count. 1 out. Breesaw looking to throw his 3rd strike in a row. This one's low. It's a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Wolverines right now have all of the momentum.
They sure do, loading up the bases and scoring in this inning as they found their footing at the top of the 3rd.
just a smidge inside. 2-2. Pilevsky, the catcher, keeps on talking to the umpire back there. And Brisaw's third pitch is a strike. And Solano is out as he heads back to the dugout. Martinez now steps up to the plate.
And maybe that was one of the things Pilevsky was talking about. You saw him pop up, immediately point. He knew that was a check swing strike.
2 outs. 1 run has been allowed in this inning. Basha, with bases loaded, are trying to get out of this one with no more allowed. And that one's a strike. Curveball by Brisaw.
And we've seen that pitch twice now from Brisaw, and I'm loving it. A lot of movement. First time definitely looks like it got in there for a strike, but called a ball. But that one does.
This second one, he keeps on sneaking it in on the outside here. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Just a big hit for Martinez. And this one's hit right to the second baseman. Force out at every base, and he barely gets him at first. 3 outs, only 1 run allowed in the top of the third as the Bears were able to escape that one.
And both time bases have been loaded for both teams. 1 run scores, and then they turn double plays. A lot of similarities, such as the rough stretches of pitching and then immediately getting back on their footing. But we'll see what Damian Gomez leading off and the Bears can do in the bottom of the third.
And now stepping up to the plate, number 23, Zachary Bowles for Basha. 4th hitter in their batting order.
And there's a reason why he's hitting cleanup. 5 homers on the season, including a grand slam.
Solano's first one is in the dirt. If Basha wants to take back some of this momentum they lost at the top of the third, they're going to need a run or two here. This one's a foul ball.
And one of the big differences early in this game is pitch count, with Solano heading in to the third with around 20 more pitches than Brisaw.
That one's a strike. 1-1. 2-1, excuse me, is the count. One, two. And that one's high. 2-2 now. A little confusion with the count. Ref calling it with the wrong hand. And this one is hit into center field. And caught. First out of the inning for the Wolverines. Bowles runs back. Center fielder David Canales makes the catch.
And our first update from the Bears bullpen, junior pitcher Parker Biltmeier is currently warming up.
And this one bounces before the plate. Very on and off pitching by Solano today. This one also a little bit low.
And it looks like Solano starting to maybe get a little bit fatigued. Wouldn't be surprised to see some matching bullpen action from the Wolverines and get someone loose coming up.
Almost getting a hold of this one, but Gomez not able to keep it in play. It's a 2-1 count. Foul ball would be 2-2. Some pain being showed by the catcher here.
Looks like it might have gone foul down into his thigh.
Lizarraga, he got the first, well, he hit a double to start the top of the third, and then Oscar Molina came on and ran the bases for him. So he was half of that run by the Wolverines. This one's a ball. 3-2 count. And Gomez hits this right to the third baseman. But it's an easy out for them. 2 outs. No runs allowed in the second inning and no runners on base.
And Cantu now up to the plate. He's had an interesting game to say the least so far. Responsible for over 4 outs this game so far. He popped out in the first, but now he's...
First one's a strike. The second one is hit into left field. And caught. 3 outs pretty quickly for the Wolverines as they take it into the 4th inning. Scores Basha 3, Tolleson 1. And a little bit of momentum shift in that 3rd inning.
Saw all of the action from the Wolverines and couldn't say so much from the Bears.
And now we see walking out on the field right now, number 22. Biltmeier. Talked about him earlier in the bullpen. It's junior. And he steps up to the mound, taking the place of Ryan Breesaw.
Biltemeyer now on the mound for the Bears. Saw in some of those warm-ups, he's been throwing heat equal to Broussard, and that's been the Wolverines' kryptonite so far this game.
We begin this fourth inning. That one inside for Biltemeyer's first pitch. And this one's hit near that right field again. And an easy catch. A lot of action back there, especially by these Wolverines. They've hit 4 straight balls into right field. That's the first out of the top of the fourth. This one's a strike. Biltemeyer having a promising start to his pitching tonight. This one's hit deep in the left, but it's a foul ball. 2 strikes in a row, and Velasquez is under some heat now.
I like that pitch from Biltemeyer. It swept in right into the corner of the zone, which is where the Bears have been placing it all night, and it's worked out fairly well.
And this one's hitting to right. Some more action, and it's a catch. Made it look too easy. Alex Garrido over there.
And Garrido, the freshman, once again, always nice to keep your composure. And it's odd to see him being placed in for Trent Mickey, who started the game in right field as a senior.
Biltemeyer's pitch is a little below and outside. Two balls in a row. Good framing by Polewski. And this one right between second and first, and a single.
This is Benson's first hit of the night, able to hit it right through the gap towards right field. Oh, like you keep saying, lots of action towards right field.
Trying to see if he can get Benson out, but not able to. Biltemeyer back to pitch. This one's a foul right to us. Keith tried to grab it. Everybody tried to grab it. And hit the roof of the building behind us, I'm pretty sure.
Saw it bounce off the roof, and we're gonna get one someday, Tate. I'm telling you, it's bound to happen. Last game of the year in the Bear Den, it's meant to be.
Not sure if it's gonna happen with this metal roof over our head. With softball, I think it's pretty likely. You know, you just got a tent, it could bounce off. This one's a strike. 2 in a row. 0-2 count. This one called a ball. 1-2. Good eye.
If she wants to switch with me, I can go over there.
And Biltemeyer, third strike, third out. The Bears take it in. 0 runs allowed. Only 1 base hit.
And he just watched 2 of those go down the middle. The second one in the strike zone. And Biltmeier off to a very hot start. 11 pitches and 3 outs this inning.
Tolleson, can you really quickly send us someone else so I can adjust my eyes? Oh, looks good. Yep. All right. Yeah.
And taking the plate right now, number 20 for Basha, Alex Garrido.
Hit a single in the third inning. And we'll see what he can do here.
Well, he hits his first one into center field, right over the shortstop. That's a quick single for him. Looking up for the Bears in this fourth inning already.
Sure is last inning. Started off with an out. It's always better to start off with a hit. And I'll just say, I always started my team off with hits. I bet if you tallied up my youth ball batting average, it would be 4 digits.
Not so sure about that one. As that bunt actually goes pretty far. Not much of a bunt at all. It's a foul ball. 0-1. His team believes in him.
There's a Tolleson pitcher coming up now, so whenever Ronan wants to walk over here and get that.
And this one trying to pick off the runner, and it's an out. Able to find him, risky move by Garrido to try and steal second. And making a great play at the center was Lizarraga.
Am I good? All right. Jackson,
This one
I have
outside.
nothing to clear. I just saw someone walk over.
1-2 count.
No, Jackson, I just don't know who's.
That one way outside. 2-2 all square. And I'm surprised Solano's still out there. He's been pitching. This is his fourth inning now. We saw Brissaw taken out after the third. But he doesn't seem to be slowing down too much. As I say that, he throws another ball to full count. That's 3 balls in a row.
Though there is now bullpen action for Tolleson. Max Torres is now warming up.
4 balls in a row. That's a walk for the Bears. Advancing to first is Clements. And Solano's pitch is in the dirt. It's 5 balls in a row. Slowing down in this fourth. This one's a foul ball.
As Naute, guy we were talking about earlier, Denzel Boston off the board, pick 39 to the Browns. I thought the Browns were going to get Cardinal Tate, but Denzel Boston definitely not a bad one to pick up at pick 39.
It's their second wide receiver of the draft, if I'm not mistaken. They took Casey Concepcion earlier, and they take Denzel Boston right now. That one was a ball. Two 1 count. Trying to pick off the Bears once again. Not able to do so that time. And this one's foul ball into right field, heading towards Reese and landing in that bullpen, almost hitting some of our cameramen.
Two of them over there. Got Ronan handheld. It was in the area of 3 people. Got Max Torres on the Wolverines, Ronan Slattery, and Reese Thompson on cameras.
And that hits the batter, at least it looked like. Oh, he swung, so that'll be a strike. Unfortunate. You know, that's why he just never swung at the ball, just in case it got hit.
Now, that's always the most unfortunate thing. You get hit, and you either swing or it just bounces in the dirt and into you like it did one time for me.
And returning to right field, and then out. Alex Benson had some action today. Clayton Cooper back up for the Bears, top of the order. And they need him right now. 2 outs in this bottom of the 4th. Haven't had much other than 2 base hits.
Well, actually, it seemed my headset just disconnected, so I did not know if he went off me or not. Well, I know now that he's on me, but before my headset disconnected.
And Cooper fouls this one, almost catches it. Haven't heard it hit the roof yet.
I can hear them now.
It's interesting.
My headset disconnected before.
And Solano's pitch is low again. Has been pitching an awful 4th inning, but he sure is slowing down.
And definitely getting to that mark on pitch total before getting changed out. 73 is quite a lot for high school and a lot for pitching 4 innings.
That one's a little outside. Good eye by Clayton Cooper. 2-1 count. Solano looked right down the middle. Maybe the framing got me there, but 3-1 count nonetheless.
Now Lizaraga got you with the framing low, but that's what makes great catchers.
Sure is. Clayton Cooper swing at anything here. Doesn't elect to swing at that one. So he gets walked. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Believe that's the 2nd walk of this inning.
It is. Clemens gone to base from the walk. Bears just fantastic eyes. This game been walked, I believe, 5 times now, but the speedster, Ethan Clark, now stepping up to the plate.
Ethan Clark stole a couple bases earlier today, got out last time he tried, and hits this one straight to 2nd. 3rd out of the inning as the Wolverines get out of this one without allowing a run. The score remains 3-1 as we head into the 5th.
Hi, Ronan. You
the fifth, excuse me, top of the fifth is kicking off right now. As we see taking the plate for Tolleson is Molina. Eduardo, that is. Foul ball down the first base line.
And it's always just interesting and funny this season how many games we've commentated where we've had to specify by first name too. You know, saw the Crandall brothers. Seen a couple in football like the Oliver brothers. But there's just something about the dynamic duo between the two sets of brothers in high school.
Two strikes, no balls. That one's a little high and wide. Biltonmeyer been pretty good at the mound for the Bears. 2-2. Biltonmeyer shaking his head to a couple of pitch calls as that one's a swing and a miss and an out. Finally got the one he wanted and made certain that it was a strike.
And that pitch was nasty. Saw Molina swinging at the break of that one. That was just, now I get why he shook his head.
Up at the plate is Corrales. Way outside. Always different switching up from those left-handed to the right-handed batters.
And I guess I could speak from experience again. I pitched 2 innings in my total, gave up one run, excuse me. But I did hit a batter, it was a lefty. You know, I always threw that little outside pitches and I guess forgot.
This is a safe space. Was it on purpose?
Maybe.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. So we head back to the Bear Den where it's a 2-1 count, 1 out in this 5th inning, and a foul ball all the way back into the sunken field. 2-2 count. Biltonmeyer has been pitching a little bit better in these last couple. This one outside, it's going to be a full count. We know this is good. He shook his head a couple times there. But it's inside. Going to reach out for that one is Palevsky, and taking his walk is Corrales.
And definitely a tricky one on what you want to swing at on full count. And normally you get a lot of batters to swing when you throw it to that bottom inside corner, but can't get them that time. And I know you've asked me for bat of the game, but I say for this game we switch it up a little and go glove of the game. Look at Biltonmeyer's glove.
I'm loving the blue. I got a blue Apple Watch band on right now, plus my blue phone. And it's about the same color as mine, so it's a pretty good glove. And looking at all the other ones, I think it's probably going to win. As it pays off, strike. Oh, 1 is the count. Still trying to catch Corrales lacking. Looked like he almost hit the pitcher there.
Oscar Molina had to duck down for his life there. Even though you're wearing a helmet, still definitely hurts to get hit in the head.
And it also hurts to get hit anywhere, as Biltonmeyer hits him with that one and he takes his walk. It's 2 in a row that have been walked for these Wolverines, and now they have a runner on first and second.
That puts one in early scoring position at the top of the 5th, but also sets up a great chance for the Bears to escape this one scoreless. Now 1 out and force outs everywhere but home. Once again, another great chance to turn a double play.
And great framing by Polevsky. Looked like it maybe could have nicked the top corner of the box, but Polevsky putting it in the center. No doubt the ump was going to call that one a strike. Foul ball. All of a sudden, 2 strikes.
And you talk about maybe touching a piece of the corner. I just have one question. What's your thoughts on the ABS challenges?
They're not my favorite thing, I'm gonna say. It's difficult to tell as we see a strikeout there. I mean, they could have challenged that if he had swung all the way, but there's a lot of difficulty with being an ump, you know. So having every one of your calls being challenged, I don't know if it's great for the sport.
You know, maybe eventually we'll have to ask another referee his thoughts on it. I would say reffing might be one of the harder jobs in sports.
Sure is, but especially in baseball, you got to make the call on a split-second decision without the help of the actual box there. So at some point, the challenges just get a little bit out of hand, I feel like. And this one is way outside. Biltemeyer not throwing the best in this at-bat. This one popped up, goes behind us, almost hits Chili C in the head. Everyone is safe over here, though.
And now I'm curious, how many baseballs are on top of the K building?
Maybe we'll have to climb up there and find out one of these days. Probably take some home. That one's a strike. 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and that 3rd out of this inning. And Jackson, you're shaking the hand after that one.
That one was hot. Well, blew right past him and swung way too late on it. And Biltemeyer able to escape not his hottest of innings and left it off on a great note, keeping that one scoreless.
Yeah, put some mustard on it as now we head over to the bottom of the 5th where the Bears look to extend their 2-run lead.
Yep. Just switch batteries. Do you have my splitters?
are back for the bottom of the 5th. The Bears look to extend their lead, and we were just talking about it a little bit, probably not going to happen, but you can never count it out. There is mercy rule in baseball. If you're up 10 after 5 innings, then the game is called there. Otherwise, it goes on until the 7th inning, as that one's straight down the middle and a strike. So if the Bears are able to get 8 runs, yes, 8 runs, then this one will be over. So it seems like this ball game's going to be on for a little bit longer.
But another vibrant glove on the mound. Bright yellows, number 20, Max Torres. He went in during this stretch, and his first 2 pitches looked very solid.
They sure have, as 3 strikes in a row.
I say the 3rd one doesn't count, but you know, it's got to count mentally.
I mean, hey, he put it in a place where he had to swing at it, right? All 3 have been on target. This one a little above the strike zone.
I don't know why. I'm just feeling a home run this inning for Basha.
Well, maybe you're a home run whisperer. This one's low and inside.
We keep bringing up the draft, but my obvious mock draft, 4 for 32, absolutely terrible.
It was not good.
But I did break the news and predicted to Reese 5 minutes before it was announced that the Rams were going to pick Ty Simpson, obviously the shocker of the draft.
Your TV was obviously just ahead.
I was on FaceTime with you and showing you. It definitely was not ahead.
I don't know about that one.
Just telling you, I have inside information.
And this one's a swing and a miss, and the first out of this one. Heading back to the dugout is number 7, Mikey.
And my home run feeling, there's no better guy to do it right now than Zach Bowles, home run leader of Basha. He's got 5 on the year, and I feel like it might have, and I feel like it might turn to 6.
That one straight down the middle. If he swung there, then that would have been crazy, because he definitely could have gotten a hold of it.
Or you guys want to check. Do you see a Basha pitcher warming up?
Could put that one in the frisbee golf.
Love it. Don't be messing with frisbee golf, Jackson. I love play a game or two every now and then.
So I'm just not familiar with the sport enough to know, but you know, maybe we'll have to go out there someday and try it.
Do a BVN live of
Frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf. Some frolf as this one's popped way up and into the stands. Falls right below us. One bounce and caught by a fan.
That was maybe the best look towards coming for us.
Might be the best look we're ever gonna get, unless it hits this little railing in front of us and bounces this way.
It's coming right here, and you know, hopefully it doesn't come about 3 feet right of me. That would be very bad.
Hit our wonderful teacher Kalenda Skolitsky and Keith Zaborski, our senior rules analyst. This one's also a foul ball, heading right towards us. It's a little bit higher.
And Bowles just keeping this one alive.
Sure is. As he hits this one into right field, that's a single for him. I can't say this enough. Right field is usually the place that it's not hit. A lot of action there today is, what's up, dude? Big Slat up here in the booth with us.
That might have been the most eventful live stream on the Bachelor Network history. No, Reese said, quesadilla. Ronan said, what's up, dude? It's a fantastic live stream.
Yeah, girls soccer was always pretty fun, as that one's a strike. Right now at bat for the Bears is Gomez. Torres pitching pretty well right now. This one's hit to center field. Sadly for him, though, right towards the glove of Canales.
And, you know, there's always small details in sports. And one of these small details I'm liking, you seeing this logo on Tolson's lineup card? That's kind of cool.
I am, yeah. They got all their entire roster in behind. They got the Tolleson T. It's pretty nice. A lot cooler than Basha's, just plain white. And a strike. Interesting pitch there. This one's in the dirt. Just needs to be a little bit higher and we can catch it, but a steal by the Bears. Advancing to the next base for them was Gomez.
And I'd say I know you brought it up in softball, but I can say in baseball too. Say they implement the banana ball rule. Fan catches it, they're out.
I think they should do it as this one heads towards right field and is caught. Busy day for Alex Benson over there, but it's been a successful one. A lot of outs for him as walking slowly off the field is Mason Cantu. The Bears really needed some runs there if they wanted to keep this one rolling. As we head into the top of the sixth, we'll wait for the Bears to get warmed up here. It's 3-1. The Bears still lead.
Do not take it. Does my camera look better on you right now? Yep. Everybody say hi, Paul. Yeah, of course, thank you. 15 is one with the close.
Taking the stage now is number 16, Esto Lewis. Last time he was here, didn't go so well for him. He was out. Thrown out, I should say.
Top of the sixth, 2 more innings to go. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll have one of the Basha Bears join us up in the booth postgame.
It is senior night here on the Bash Bear Network, so assume it's going to be a senior. They're going to last home game of their entire career here, unless miraculously the Bears are able to get up into that 16th spot and have a home playing game. That one's a strike. 1-1 count.
Now it'll require some teams above them to lose their games. But a great game going on right now. Queen Creek versus Castile, number 1 and number 2 teams.
That's a catch in midfield. Estill able to get it on, able to get a hit on the ball, excuse me, but not able to do anything with it. First out for Basha, and their quickest in a while.
See Velasquez up to the plate now.
And we didn't mention it, but it seems to be another pitching switch up for the Bears. Dylan Clements is now at the mound.
He's doing everything. He's got a double in this game. He's been on base all of his at-bats, and now he's at the mound.
Gotta say, not as cool as a glove as Biltemeyer, but hey, he's pitching pretty well nonetheless. So Breesaw had 3, Biltemeyer got 2, and now Clements comes in to close it out. This one is hit hard towards first base, but a foul ball. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, and the second out of the inning for the Bears. That's 2 in a row. Clements pitching very well in this 6th. At bat now is Alex Benson. This one a little bit low.
Number 15, yep.
This one a little bit high. 2 balls in a row. Complete opposite pitches.
And going back to the pitching change for the Bears, looks like we might have one at the bottom of the 6th for the Wolverines, as Eduardo Molina is getting loose in the bullpen.
And that one's a strike. 2-1 count. And a swing by Benson. All of a sudden it's 2-2, 2 strikes in a row. This one's a foul ball, not anywhere near us this time, as that bounces down the street and towards the gym.
It's a little bit of a break there, and Wolverine running down the street to go grab that baseball.
And this one, very fast pitch, hat flying off, trying to almost hop the fence over there for the Bears is Sam Roloff.
And no surprise, he went to go over there and grab it. You know, defensive lineman on the football team, you got to have quick feet and quick feet there. But ball just a little bit too far from the gate, and a foul ball robbery, I guess it could have been.
That one's a ball, full count here now. Got a question, are you allowed to run outside of the field to catch a ball, or is that not legal?
I'm pretty sure they would just call it a foul ball, but
That's a strike.
great inning from Clements.
That one a little bit controversial between the fans, but a strike and 3 at-bats, 0 on base. Top of the 6th is over. Bears now are ready to take the plate and take some whacks at the ball as they try and close this one out.
Because the ball was coming this way, and I went like this to try to see if the ball was going to go.
Alex Garrido, number 20, taking the plate once more. He's got a couple of hits for the Bears today.
He does. He came into this one in the third inning, and ever since he's been phenomenal.
He sure has been, whether it's on the field or it's out here. He's filled in right field, and he hits that. What a smooth catch by the first baseman, Molina.
Now, it looks like an effortless one-hand catch, similar to our guy soon to head up to the CFL, Jared Gibson. You know, it was great interviewing him, but just one hand, that's insane.
Pretty good catch, made it look easy. That one's a strike. Been calling a lot of these pitches on the inside strikes, been a little bit more lenient as to outside. Jackson smooshing a poor jelly bean now.
No, it's because it's too late. It was Easter Bunny Christmas, and now it's not Easter Bunny Christmas, and it's not Easter, so jelly beans are like banned at this time of year. It's like eating a peep right now.
This is true. I mean, peeps are never good. Hot take there, but can't argue anything there. That one's a little bit too high, 2-2 count. And popped up right over the second baseman. It just more done by Clements. He has been so clutch for these Bears in this game. Sawyer Polewski up to bat right now, 9th in the batting order for the Bears. They're almost back to the top. It's a strike right down the middle for Torres.
Looked like he's about to foul tip that one into the dirt.
Trying to catch Clements lacking. Good eye by Polewski there, as that one's a ball. 25 pitches thrown by Torres. And this one is whacked into right field. It's deep. And it hits the fence. It's almost gone. But still running is Clements. And now making it all the way home. It's going to be a triple as well. Polewski thinking about going to home, but he doesn't. What a hit by Polewski, making this Bear Den go wild.
Getting him a pinch runner, but they hit the yellow line of the fence. That was just half a foot away from being a home run, and my home run feeling almost correct, but you know, we got to stop putting that yellow rounded plastic. You know, if it was just painted yellow line, maybe just a strip of yellow tape, that would have been gone.
It was so close, and the entire stands held their breath for that one. But the Bears finally get their first run since the third inning, if I'm not mistaken. Second. Stand corrected.
And I'd like to thank Maddie Whites for providing us with the correct information. Running scoreboard, doing a fantastic job this game. A little bit better than what happened at the softball game on Tuesday, but you know, scoreboard's pretty hard.
This one's low. 2-1 count. And this hit is almost hits the third base coach. This one right down the middle, right over the third baseman, and Polewski trots on in to home. Second run of this inning. Smiles on his face as he walks in. Wasn't Polewski. Polewski got the third, but then Owen Thompson took over and ran it in.
Now a mound meeting here from Tolleson following the run from the Bears. And it looks like a pitching change.
That comes at a surprise because Torres has only been pitching. This is his second inning, and he's only about halfway through it.
It is about time, though, you start putting in your closer, because the Wolverines, unable to score at the top of the seventh, game just ends. The Bears won't have to bat.
Gotta stop the damage as much as possible. And now up to bat, the speedster, Ethan Clark. Outside, first pitch of the day for
Eduardo Molina.
one of the two Molina brothers. This one also outside. Two straight balls. That one's a strike. Great framing from Lizarraga. What happened?
And a wild pitch there. It's over the catcher and to the backstop.
I was watching our Ethernet cord, make sure he wasn't broken, and I was like, what happened on that pitch? That was crazy turn of events. And getting a hold of this one, Ethan Clark to right field, a foul ball.
Stayed fair, would have been just short of out of the park.
So full count, only one out, 2 runs this inning, and Basha is looking very strong right now. Slow pitch and outside as Clark takes the walk.
Got 2 runners on base now. One in the early scoring position. And the batter for the Bears with Reese's favorite walk-up song on the team, Tyson Mickey, is now up to bat.
I think we got to start implementing a fourth inning stretch. You know, the seventh inning in normal baseball. Everybody's got to get up after or halfway through the fourth inning and start stretching.
I mean, maybe me and you know, start singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" during then. Except I don't know.
I mean, hey, you could start it off right now. I'll join, I swear.
I don't know if that'd be too pleasing to the ears of the viewers. No, never been the greatest singer.
Oh, come on, I got a great voice.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm doubting it.
Okay. That one's low. Some early pitching struggles by Eduardo Molina, excuse me. That one's a strike, though. 2-2. Looking for the second out of the inning.
2-2, always one of the trickiest counts to bat at. You know, you let the pitch go by for a chance at the full count like that, or you swing and strike out. You know, it's very difficult.
Or you could always hit the ball, you know?
Yeah, if only it was that easy.
Full count now. Good eye on the 2-2. Now it's 3-2. And this one's a foul ball for Mikey. Mikey hitting it right back at his first base coach. A lot of action over there today. And this time it's a fair ball down that first base path. Never mind. Ump called it foul. Now this is exactly the time you want replay right here.
I think for sure hit the line. It looked like it picked up a little bit of white chalk. You know, you see the Bears first base coach looking at it. But yeah, the replay there would be fantastic.
So if it hits the line, is it in or is it out?
I believe it stays fair.
That one would have been deadly. Nobody really around that one as he hits it in between center and right field. It's a catch. Good news for the Bears, it's only a single play. Bad news, 2 outs now as Mikey walks back.
See, Bowles now back up to the plate. He's had himself a great night so far, hitting wise, 2 for 4, and here's his 5th at bat of the game.
And very slow pitch, but very successful, as that one's right down the middle for Bowles. Called a strike, seemed a little inside, but that is how those have been going today.
Sure has been. No, some of these calls people might not agree with, but it's always nice seeing the zone stay consistent.
And that one a strike, he's out. The Bears get 2 runs in the 6th, but aren't able to get any more. as we head to the 7th. If the Bears hold the Wolverines to less than 4 runs, they win. If Tolleson somehow ekes out 4 or more runs in this 7th inning, then Basha has to play the top of the bottom of the 7th, excuse me. That's going to be interesting as we step aside as the Bears warm up. First pitch a little low. Bears need to hold them to less than 4 runs. That one right down the middle. Clement's third pitch is hit. It's to right field. And easy single for Lizarraga. Now, Tolleson's still in running for this game, and it's great that they're at the top of their batting order. They got their 4 best hitters on their team ready to go. So anything can happen right now. That one's right down the middle. Another strike for him. Foul ball. A lot bit higher, and we would have been able to catch that one.
No, it's looking more and more like we maybe won't get that chance, which is unfortunate because 3 more outs, and this one is over.
That one's a foul ball down the left line. (5-1) is the score. Tolleson at bat right now. This one's high. It's been a great game for Clements, but these last couple of pitches have been a little off. And that's a swing and a miss right in the money there. It's a strikeout for him. First out of the 7th inning. They'll need 2 more of those to win this ball game. One 1-0 count. one, some mustard on it, right down the middle. Almost burning a hole in his catcher's glove. That one looked like it slipped out of his hand a little early.
Sure did, a lot higher than he wanted it. But a grounder here in the infield and this game could be very well over. A 3-1 count. He's definitely swinging at this.
You have all the control at a 3-1 count. Not swinging at that one, though, as it's low and inside. Good thing is, not much come from it. If that was a normal pitch, then it would have been a steal, but since it was a walk anyway, only advancing one base is Lizarraga.
Now, for the Wolverines, it's the cleanup. Oscar Molina, this is always one of the batters you want to have hitting and last chance desperation play.
Only one out so far. Say they hit a home run right here, that would put them within striking distance. Some Basha chants from the crowd. Clement's finding his perfect pitch. Checking for runners. And throwing. Again with those inside strike calls. A lot of them here today.
You know, it's just a spot he likes on the zone. You know, each pitcher has their own little spot. He likes the inside. Breesaw, who started off this game for the Bears, likes throwing at that bottom outside corner.
That one a little low. 2-1 count.
How much time do you have in this game?
That one high.
You can punch in 87 minutes. I'm at 13 minutes.
Clements has a chance to close out this game. 3-1 count. That is a ball, and the bases are loaded. Walking up to the plate is someone we haven't seen hit today, Anthony Orozco. Or not, we've seen him before, now that I'm remembering. He just replaced Solano, excuse me. 2 mess ups right there. But Orozco gets the chance to hit a home run to tie this thing up, as the Bears have a meeting at the mound.
All right, I'm switching now.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 7th. He hits it home here.
Yep.
That would be big for the Bears. Shows bunt, pulls it back, strike 1.
Yep.
You know, and this is where you have to keep your composure if you're at the mound here.
Okay.
Risky situation, home run ties it, run scoring makes it closer. Or if you are able to muster out these final 2 outs, this game comes to a close.
The sound off of that bat made it feel like it was gone, but it's a foul ball. 0-2 is the count.
No, 1 second.
Clements can close out this at bat with one more strike. And he does.
Beautiful. Straight beautiful.
2 out of 3 outs for the Bears. They just need one more to escape this game with the win and possibly secure their spot in the play-in.
Well secured, but chance to secure a home play-in game if the teams above them lose with this win.
Up to bat right now is Martinez. It's a strike. What a closing couple of pitches from Clements. That one a bit outside. And you can tell he wanted it back. Right down the middle and strike 2. One more and the game is over. Crowd starting to get a little louder now. Martinez needs to at least foul this one if it's in the zone. And he does. But it's a short hit. And he's out! Polewski picks it up. Knows exactly what to do. Gets the force out at 4. And the Bears win this one with a final score of 5-1. What a closeout by Basha.
want me to get a cam on Tolleson? All right.
And now up here in the booth, we got the one and only pitcher for Basha, Dylan Clements. He closed out the game, had a couple big hits. And Dylan, it was senior night tonight. You had a great game, as you just said, closed it out. How did it feel?
It felt amazing. Be around my boys for one last ride. It felt great to play again at Basha one more time.
And specifically that last pitch. You threw the closing pitch. It was a strikeout. How did that one feel?
It felt great. It felt great to finish it off strong. Way to do it around my boys. It was awesome.
If you had to rank it in maybe your top moments here at Basha, where do you think it would put?
Oh, it's got to be top 3. It's got to be top 3. I mean, I wouldn't want to be around anyone else throwing that last pitch on senior night.
And obviously going close to the end of the season, this was the second last game of the regular season. You're approaching playoffs. What are your guys' mindset heading in there?
Just one day at a time. We can't look too far forward into the semis. We got to look day one day at a time. Got to look at O'Connor. Got to finish that game and then move on to playoffs.
And what would a successful postseason look like for you?
All the way. Just winning it all, being around my boys, winning the state championship, bringing it home for Basha.
And then finally, last question for you here today. What's one thing you'd want to pass on to the future Bears?
For the future Bears, I just want to pass on. Just enjoy it. I mean, it goes by a lot quicker than you think. High school is a lot shorter than you think it is. So just enjoy it. Enjoy the small moments with your teammates and have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.